if I step back to the point that I got into the childcare sector, which was 20 years ago, I became MD of a nursery group. We had about 2,000 people on the payroll. And every week we would send out a newsletter. It would be something that would get emailed out, and then we'd ask the managers to print it out, put it in the staff room. And it would have, a note from me talking about how well the business is doing, or, some of the projects that are ongoing.
Yeah.
Pictures of people receiving awards and it would always be nice stuff. And the problem I had with that is because the sector naturally also attracts people who want to work part-time, a large proportion of those people don't even go in the staff room. So they would never get to see this thing that would talk about the company and how well we're doing. So when we did, and I didn't just stumble across this, we would do colleague surveys, and the feedback would be communication is terrible. It really rankled me for a long time because I just could not understand, how are we not engaging with these people? We even attempted to take part in the Sunday Times Best Companies to Work For thing. And we couldn't even get people to complete the surveys because we couldn't reach them. We were missing the dartboard by miles. And I just could not find a solution. And this led to my introduction to you. I was having a meeting with Patrick, telling the very same story. And he sat back in his chair a little bit, and I could see him kind of thinking, he said, well, I think I might have a solution for this. And then he started to tell me about Mo, and it was a path to enlightenment, quite frankly. It changed everything. And in the nursery family in particular, we had a fractured business, a disillusioned workforce. So we were doing lots of things. We did a survey, tell us, what you like about coming to work, what's most important. And on that particular survey, money, money, money. And our staff turnover was very high.
Yeah.
So we took the decision to canvass what everybody else was paying locally, and then pay £1 or £2 more per hour, whatever it would be. But I wanted it to be the ones who paid the most, so that we can take money off the table. You're never going to leave us because you're not being paid enough. And it was an expensive exercise, and I had to work hard to convince the shareholders that it was the right thing to do, but we did it. And so I saw staff churn slow down a little bit, kind of not enough for me to believe that was the right thing to do, but it was going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Then we introduced Mo, and that was the game changer. My style of management, no matter how large the business is, I can't run it from behind a desk. In the nursery family, they were already very familiar with me, whether it was, the new girl who was the apprentice all the way up to the nursery manager in all of the nurseries. They all knew me. And so when Mo came along, it just became an extension of me and some of the other leaders of the business that enabled people to connect with us easier. So we did all of the sexy things that you can do on Mo, rewards. Every day I was on it in the morning, making sure, right, whose birthday is it? Whose work anniversary is it? And I'd have a series of responses that I could send. They all differed a little bit so that it didn't look like I was just copying and pasting for the sake of it. And we just saw staff turnover at the nursery family almost grind to a halt over a period of maybe 4 to 6 months. And the feedback that we got was, wow, we're being listened to. If we ask for something, we get an answer. It might not always be the answer that they want, but they get an answer. And I always made sure that we follow through. People got with the program because that was my particular style. It wasn't wishy-washy. The experiment at the nursery family was just a huge success. And then when I took it to Children First, although the challenges of actually getting you through the door were much, much greater, and I couldn't even get the rewards agreed, the feedback it's just a game changer because we can connect so much more easily with people. The people here who were used to having their birthdays recognised or their length of service recognised, it can happen for them here now, and everybody can see it. So I just can't, say enough good stuff about it, because it absolutely changed the way I'm able to manage a business, and Well, ultimately, to engage with people who were unengageable. I can get messages out to people very quickly, but the rule I always had was that Mo was only ever used for positive messaging. I've learned that through positive messaging with these people, they just have a good day. They have a better day at work. Getting a message from me because I was at the nursery the day before and saw their amazing engagement with their child, and I'll name check them and say that can change their outlook for the day or the rest of the week. I couldn't do that before. Mo allows me to do all of those things that I just could never have done before. It is almost an emotional kind of connection because you can just reach out. You can say lovely things to them. You can, have fun and joke and stuff like that. And of course, with the rewards, you can actually make a difference to them. £20 voucher for whatever it would be will make a difference. Enriched engagement with the workforce, I just think it's a game changer. In a business like mine, I tend to use, I don't know, half a dozen KPIs on how I measure the performance of a nursery. If you can't quickly replace them, then you have to use agency, and you pay twice the amount per hour for a practitioner from an agency than you do someone you hire. The impact of that is that the quality then starts to diminish because the agency staff do not know the children. And on top of that, you've got added costs because you've got recruitment fees. You may need to hire more people in your recruitment function. So there is a real financial impact to not engaging with your workforce well enough.